Yeah, we're just going for it. I think we're good. I think we're live. I don't really know. Give me a hot
I
second.
I can tweet it out, huh?
Oh, tweet it out to all our fans. Oh, yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
We are definitely live, actually, now that I look
Yeah.
at it. All right. Welcome, guys. TKR Postgame show. We're going to try to do this, I guess, every game. Maybe, probably not every game because we're going to be at the games. It's going to be a little tough. Obviously, we are pretty late due to the fact that I think we got every player in the book, Chris. Is that
Yeah,
right? About like
yeah,
6 or 7 videos we just uploaded.
yeah. We got a whole
Um,
bunch. It was good to see. So
yeah, no, it was kind of cool. We got to talk to quarterbacks, every single quarterback. We got to talk to who else? I don't even remember. Konopka, Avery Young, Isaiah Washington with his sick one-handed grab. Um,
yeah,
yeah, let's just get right into it. Scarlet, 23, 21 it was, I think. I don't remember.
I believe so. I'll
Yeah.
be honest. I wasn't paying attention to the score. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Valentino Ambrosio with the game-winning kick at the end there.
mm,
Yeah, I feel like we might see that this
he's
season.
used to
He
doing that.
it's pretty solid leg, pretty average, nothing crazy. Gets the job done. But yeah, I mean, overall, I like the quarterback play. I think everyone played pretty well. Vedral actually came in and he kind of hinted, shouldn't even say hinted, he just straight up came out and said it in a post game video that he was kind of pretty much healthy. Like
Yeah,
for the most part, like
yeah.
he's
He looked
actually
he looked healthy. To be honest, I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't to be honest, I
yeah,
wasn't even sure if he was going to play tonight. I know Shiano was talking about,
yeah.
possibly holding him back. They've been holding him back in practices. So I thought he might not even play tonight, but yeah, he didn't move around that much. He didn't get that much, but I thought he moved around. He looked okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he's
wanted to
been
ask
in
him.
the green non-contact jersey the whole. I'm sorry, he's been in the green non-contact jersey the whole spring. But he said today that he's basically been able to do everything. So he moved around well. He kind of maybe sort of scored a rushing touchdown. I don't know, but
Sort of,
he
kind
looked
of,
good.
not
To be
really.
honest, he looked good running around.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually thought he was gonna have it, and he was definitely down technically, so to speak. But like,
Yeah,
I don't know. You can't hit the guy in the
yeah.
green. At least they didn't hit him. I mean, that could have been catastrophic if they did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they straight up came out and said he's the starting quarterback. So I mean, they're gonna rock with him, and he seems kind of like a little bit cocky in the post game interview. Like, I'm very confident. I like that little bit of swagger he has. That Wahoo, Nebraska swagger. Oh
It's
God.
his team right now. He's rolling with it. It's his team.
And I just want you guys to know I held true to my tweet. I'm Craig. You're out.
I'm out. God
Yeah.
damn
After that comment you made
it.
about
Don't
talking
lie.
smack
Don't
on me.
lie. That don't lie. That made you chuckle.
What was
Don't
it
even
again?
act like it didn't
Remind
make you
me of the
laugh.
tweet so I can roast you a
You
little
know,
bit on live.
it was right at, by the way, your mic is kind of scratchy.
Is it?
I don't know if the other people can hear it. I can kind of hear it here.
I can hear that too. Good
Yeah,
call.
maybe just unplug it, plug it
I'm
back
using
in.
like this mic to talk to you guys, and I'm using this one to like talk down here.
It sounds better now, right?
Yeah, now it sounds good.
I don't know what I did, but
But yeah, as I was saying, it was right after that guy Fava missed the field goal. I said that Valentino Ambrosio has a leg up on the competition, but I'm just. I mean, I knew the reaction I was gonna get from Richie when I tweeted that, and that's kind of why I did it. And then yeah, that's how it came to be. Like
Craig.
you definitely met my expectations, Richie. So thank you.
God.
I just did it for you, to be
I don't
honest.
even know what to say to these stupid sarcastic tweets that you have. I just I don't know, man. You're pushing your limit here. But
That's that's the
anyway,
goal.
let's go back. Favorite play of the game has to be the Isaiah Washington catch, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I asked him about that. He just kind of said it was, every day run of the mill play to him. But yeah, I mean, it was phenomenal play. He was wide open too. I have to watch again and see how, to see how he got that wide open. But yeah, man, he made the one-handed catch, and it was nothing.
to be honest, he probably didn't even really need to do that. I think he just kind of wanted to do it, kind of pull a little Odell with that catch there, and it was
Yeah.
just that was awesome. I mean, he basically knew like if I'm able to do this, I'm probably going to be on Sports Center, so I'm just going to go for it.
And he did it all in stride too.
Yeah, I know.
That
Yeah,
was
no,
that
I
was, that
mean,
was a good
even
play.
Eric said it kind of in the post game, or not even post game, and during the game, Eric's kind of like, yeah, he didn't have to do that. Like, he easily could have had a two-handed catch. Literally, like, ooh, got it. And he got it like under his palm too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if he can do that, I mean, heck, Shiano said it. What mid-spring? He's kind of like, we need as many receivers as possible this year. You can't
Mhm.
rock with three like they did for I don't know 99% of the snaps last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if he could step up, and then you can get a couple other guys to step up, it could be huge. And then you got Konopka, who looks like a all three down tight end.
Yeah, Konopka I thought looked really good tonight. That's kind of a name I didn't really think much about. Chris, I know you talked about him in your article. If you want to go into a little bit more about that.
Yeah, he did really well. I know, just going, off of pictures, he looked like he added muscle. He obviously, he's kind of still new to football. He played basketball. But he's athletic. He caught the ball really well today. I know he had the one grab. I guess it was like over the middle. It was in traffic. He did, and of course, Haskins is still there, and then Alimo, had a couple catches. So it seemed like they really just, got the tight ends involved a lot tonight. That was a big emphasis. And going back to what Richie was saying, the tight ends, if they could, make an impact down the seam, then it only opens up the offense even further for the other receivers and make their job easier too.
Yeah, I mean the multiple tight end sets are just crazy. It's going to help them a ton in pass blocking. They need it, especially because this offensive line, even as Shiano said in post-game press conference, it's not set. He doesn't have a starting five. I think the only two guys who can actually pencil in are probably Crimin and O'Neal. After that, it's a crapshoot. We know Bordner didn't suit up today. I had him penciled in as starter. I think you did too, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
David Nwagu missed some time. He's injured or banged up, I should say. Who else? Reggie Sutton. I don't think we saw Reggie Sutton today either.
Nope, no, he was out too. Correct. Yep.
Troy Rainey was playing with most of the first team, I guess you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Felter was on the opposite team, so I don't know what this mix and match thing was. I know it seemed like Scarlet had more of the first teamers, I guess. Not a big difference, but this offensive line is still going to be the make or break part of this team, I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
If you can get a mobile Vedral and then get a pretty good running game, because it looked like Aaron Young had a great game. Jameer Wright Collins had a great game. Heck, even like Monangai, he might not have had yards per carry or anything great. I think he had 112-yard run I'm looking at. But he still produced a little bit. So if they can get the run game going, it's going to open up the pass game. If they can get the tight ends more involved, it's going to open up everything.
And
then it helps the O-line.
Yeah, obviously, and then going back to O-line too. Holland Pierce, he was the most improved, player on offense. He, he really shaped his body. The staff is on him. I know Richie. I think you wrote about it. I don't know if you want to say something about about him that maybe was slipped today.
Yeah, give me a sec. Can you guys hear me better? I know someone just told me to put my mic up louder.
Yeah,
I can hear you all.
All right, you can hear me, but can they hear me? Is the question. And also, don't call me Richard. Gross.
How about Dick?
Richie has rivals for a reason.
Can I call you Dick?
I hate Craig. It's like this goddamn close. Anyway.
Okay, so don't call Richie Dick.
Here we go. Anyway, Holland Pierce is intriguing. He came in, I think, like 6'8", 350, 360, something like that. He lost a ton of weight. I think he's down to like 310, which is the weight loss is incredible. I know most people, including myself, would probably kill for that, a little bit of weight loss. But anyway, not the point. So he's really progressed a lot. I know the coaching staff's super high on him. They think he's like a 3-year-plus starter. I know they think he has that NFL potential because he's so mobile for a guy that big. And you saw it a little bit today. There was one play that I think LeGrand and Carlin kind of signaled out and kind of talked about it. He's just like a road grader type tackle that can move. And the fact that he's a 6'8" monster that can move like that, it's like, oh my God, the potential is just so, it's right there. It's like, who's the guy from Alabama that just got drafted that was 6'8"? He was a guard. DeSante Brown, I think? No?
I'm not sure.
Maybe. What position?
Everybody?
Offensive line.
Yeah. The entire team. Offensive line.
Yeah.
The entire offensive line.
Yeah, so it was definitely interesting, but
exactly.
Yeah, the whole game was, I didn't really see anything bad per se. I know this game's catered to offense, and that was pretty obvious. But there were still some defensive stops here and there. There was Wesley Bailey had a nice sack, and I asked Greg about it in postgame. He thinks Wesley's going to be really big, a really good player. That whole Canadian group that they got with Conga, with Bailey, I wish they would have got Albert Reese because that would have been a really good addition to the offensive line room. But if they could build a little, Patrice Renee too, Canadian. If they can keep building that like little Canadian pipeline, it's going to work wonders for them in the future. Wesley Bailey, I'm telling you, man, this man has starter potential.
Yeah, for sure. And then actually going back to Patrice, we also talked to him tonight. I don't know if we mentioned that, but he was drafted by the CFL. He's still at Rutgers. He was productive. I think he had a couple of tackles, a pass breakup. He's a huge addition to the cornerback room. He's probably gonna be a starter along with Trey Avery. So
Yeah, I
he's
thought the
a
secondary
big
actually
pickup.
looked. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I was gonna say I
the
thought the secondary looked pretty good tonight. I saw Trey Avery had a couple not takeaways, but he kind of broke up a couple passes.
Mhm.
And I thought the secondary, even before guys like Renee and just so those guys come in, I thought they looked pretty good tonight. And I think this secondary really has a lot of is really going to be a good strength for this team going
Sure.
into the season.
And then we saw, Avery Young at safety for the first time.
Mhm.
I saw him; he was covering, tight ends and stuff like that. We talked to him too. He said, he's doing whatever it takes to help the team win and everything along those lines. But he says he's learned the playbook, for all positions, so he's ready. He can do everything. I know Shannon said he could play corner, he could play nickel, he could play safety. So he's gonna be a big asset back there, and he's a good player. He's played a lot of ball, so he's a veteran.
All right, let's look at this chat real quick. Remember, guys, you can ask us absolutely anything. We'll try our best to answer. Jacob Allen, yeah, that was a huge one. That happened before the game, obviously. You guys don't really dabble in the recruiting as much, but for Rutgers to get the number one kid in New Jersey for the first time since Darius Hamilton, 2012, technically.
Yeah.
If you
As I say, I don't think we have to be exactly recruiting experts to know that, getting the number one kid in the state, that's pretty big, man.
No,
Yeah.
I know,
Especially
obviously.
for Rutgers, that's crazy.
I wish he would have.
That's amazing.
He showed up to the camp this past Sunday at the Rivals camp at Saraval, and he just walked up to us and we're like, "Oh, what's going on, Jacob? How's everything going?" Blah blah blah. He goes, "Oh, I'm committing on Thursday." I'm like, "Hold on, let's go get a video real quick." It doesn't matter where you're going. We still need a video regardless. So just come over here. And then he said Rutgers. It caught us a little off guard, and that's why this is kind of piggybanking off one of the questions. It said a couple months ago, "Can we get Jacob Allen?" Blah blah blah. I said, "No shot. He's going out of state." That was the plan. You'll read more about what changed throughout the process on the board soon enough. I know Alex Gleitman, one of our recruiting analysts, has the whole backstory to it, and that will be up there probably in the next couple of days. We're gonna let this whole thing, I guess, I don't even know, let it simmer, bake, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Let everyone enjoy and bask in this greatness
Bask in
of
the
Greg
glory.
Schiano and Fran Brown and the whole coaching staff. Number 6 recruiting class in the country right now, which you told me that before the season, I would have called you a liar. I would have told Craig, Craig, I know you were going to say this, but you're out. But yeah, I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. He's a very good player. I wish he would have played last season. I wish he would have competed at the camp on Sunday, but I get it. He's already got his offers. He's got his commitment. I just wish I saw him in person more, because we haven't seen him since 2020 now. No, not 2020, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy to think we don't know how much he's progressed or regressed at this point. Regardless, still a very good pickup. He'll be a good player down the line. He'll probably be your left tackle. I think right tackle, but I know Gleitman likes him at left. I know Patty said he could play either, and we all have our disagreements and arguments about stuff, but let's see what else we got.
I was gonna just ask before you jump to the next thing. I was gonna say, how much of a role do you think Gavin Wimsatt played into his committing to Rutgers?
I mean, ignore the beer I just drank, but yeah, he played a big role. Gavin Wimsatt was recruiting him and Malik McNeil for a long time now. He's recruiting other offensive linemen like Andre Roy, who's out of St. Francis Academy, one of the powerhouses in Maryland, and Northeast too, actually. Gavin's just been kind of the almost, I shouldn't say the face of this class. There's always that one kid that's the face of the class, and he's always the head of the guy, like Ryan Keeler, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, he talked to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You got a Rutgers offer, this kid's sliding in your DMs. He's talking to them. He's chatting up Rutgers. He's chatting up the coaching staff, chatting up saying, hey, I'm a 5.84 star, 5.73 star, whatever it was. Saying hey, I got all these offers, but I chose Rutgers because I trust these guys. Let's build something, blah, blah, blah. But now Gavin's not doing that as much as you'd think. Don't get me wrong, he's doing it a lot.
Mhm.
But the leader of this class is super underrated. Not many people know it. It's Taj White, the offensive lineman out of Hudson Catholic. He is like literally talking to everyone. Like this man has a future in recruiting, 100%. Like you talk to anybody, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been talking to like Taj White from Rutgers." Oh wait, no, I've been talking to Taj White from Rutgers. Oh, I've been. It's like, what the hell is this kid selling? So yeah, he's kind of the main leader. I would not leader, but like main recruiter for this class.
Spokesperson, you'd say.
Yeah. He's like I want to say he's like 6'7". He told me the other day that his doctors told him he's going to be like 7 foot, and I'm like, probably playing the wrong sport if you're going to be 7 foot off.
Rutgers does need a backup 5.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
He's
go,
actually
Craig.
not bad at hoops either. He's pretty solid. He's
Mhm.
not like I mean, Hudson Catholic's a premier hoops program. Like they're
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
So
in the state. Yep.
what else?
I
we
find
got?
that so interesting though, that it's basically like recruiting within recruiting. It's just like it's like Inception type stuff. It's just crazy.
Greg says it all the time, and it's true. It's like a 24/7 job. Like you literally
Mhm.
got to be on these kids nonstop, even after they commit. It's like people are trying to recruit against you and badmouth you. It's
Mhm.
dirty, but it's such a tireless job. But
So they got the number 1 kid from Kentucky, got the number 1 kid in New Jersey. I think Greg is just going for the number 1 kid from every state now, it seems like.
then the number one kid from New York was on campus today, Moses Walker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, number one from New York was on campus. Number one from Jersey's already committed. Number two from Jersey's committed. Number one Kentucky's committed. I'm trying to think who else. What other states we got? Florida, but that's like number 40 because there's
Yeah,
like 1,000 kids
yeah.
in Florida that are like 4-stars.
Yeah, you're not getting that. I don't think.
Pennsylvania, I don't know where Anthony Johnson and Samuel Brown are, but they're definitely up there. I think they're both top 5. Look it up real quick. Let's see. Actually, Samuel Brown's a 4-star, but he's number 12. Anthony Johnson's number 7. So I mean, they're still doing like it's incredible the job they're doing. 6 4-stars. Like
Yeah,
Chris Ash had like 1.
yeah. I think
Technically
it was
two if
around
you
like
count Bo.
two total or so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
he had
looking
Bo
up
and he
a-
had Micah Clark, and that's it. Like and now
Was
Greg.
was Micah Clark number 1 at his class?
No, not for us. He was number 3. Number 1, I believe, was what was that? 2017. I think that was actually Singleton.
Okay.
I don't know. So yeah, so technically they got the number 1 kid in Singleton because he transferred in, but it's like, do
Okay,
you count that? Like,
gotcha.
I don't know if I count that. I
Yeah, I don't
I
count
wrote an article today about it being the first one since Hamilton. Like that was my
Okay.
thing. But yeah, I mean, heck of a get. Recruiting's crazy. Back to the football team.
Yeah. Can we touch on the quarterbacks a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, go for it. Jump in.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously, Noah played a lot more than we all thought today. He played well. We talked about him already. I thought Cole Snyder looked really good. And I know me and Richie were joking about how he's a 3rd-year freshman right now because he came in and redshirted. Then last year he got the year back, so technically he's still a freshman. So he's still a 3rd-year freshman. It's kind of funny, but he's on his 3rd offensive coordinator, offensive system. But now he said he's more comfortable. He played really well in the game. He had the touchdown, obviously, to Washington. Let me look up his stats real quick.
13 and 16.
Yes, he was 13 for 16, which is really good. His passer rating was 200.2. He had 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. I forgot about the other touchdown. But yeah, he did really well. He threw to. Also, there was a Monterio Hunt sighting, so that was kind of encouraging.
Yeah, no, I loved Monterio Hunt coming out of
Yeah.
JUCO. It's just he was injured like really bad from the minute he got on
Like
campus.
every year, couldn't get a break.
To be fair, I think he like showed up like when Ash recruited him. He like showed up and he's like, yeah, like, you just did a like physical. You have a really bad like knee right now, and he's like, what? But regardless, Cole Snyder and Evan Simon, it's an interesting battle. I don't think like going into this, I thought it was Evan Simon's battle or job, like backup job immediately, and now even like to the start of the game, I think Evan Simon went 5-5, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that sounds about right. Evan Simon's looking pretty good. He ran with like the first team wannabe offense, whatever you want to call it. But then Schneider came out firing, and I'm like, oh, all right. And then Schneider started moving. I was like, oh my god, like this kid can move too. Like now it's really close. I feel like.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of feels like the way they're going, it might come down to like a coin toss at this point between who's going to win the starting backup job. They just feel like so close. It's such a weird dynamic. Is that Noah's the starter? We all know that, and then you have these two guys who are just battling it out for the backup job, and you want them both to look good. You want one of them to earn it, but it's like you don't want them to look too good because then in that case, then you're going to have the fan base, shouting that they should, be the starter, which I know, we're going to get to that at that point, at some point during the season.
It's going to happen.
Obviously.
Like, I'm going to tell you right now, Vedril's not going perfect this season. He's going to throw a pick at some point.
Yeah.
And then they're going to
I think that's a safe bet.
Remember when Cole Schneider threw for 2 touchdowns against the second team defense back in the spring? Bring him in. Hashtag, what is it? Free Cole. Free Schneider.
Cole. Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. It happens every time.
I mean, the one thing about Snyder too, he is kind of the underdog in the race, but I know nobody's tipping their hat. Nobody's gonna, say one thing or another. Everyone's kind of bland when they talk about the quarterbacks, but he's shown, even when Ash was here, he's shown to, work hard, stay after practice, and throw into a net or do any type of drills he can, by himself with receivers. So, I mean, he's definitely, really, shown that he wants to play. And I think he played well today. Again, he used his legs. I think that was something that he talked about how he's more of an athlete now with, Coach Butler and his strength staff kind of shaping his body a little bit. But yeah, I mean, all the quarterbacks look good. I thought Simon, he ended up 9 for 16, 114 yards. He was shaky early on, and then he had a big run, and then he scored a touchdown pass to Shameen Jones. So I mean, honestly, they both play well, but right now, if I had to pick a backup, it would be Cole.
Yeah, I was going to say that this might just come down to who can use their legs better, because if it's assuming that both of their arms and strength and everything is comparable, it might just come down to who has really the better legs. Because in a Sean Gleason offense, you got to be able to use your legs, use those bootlegs, use those fake outs. So yeah, like I said, it might just come down to whoever who's better running.
I'm really glad you said that, Craig, because I mean, it's kind of, I feel like it's clear as day which one has better legs. And also on top of that, I'm going with Evan Simon if it wasn't clear. On top of that, Evan Simon's Sean Gleason's guy, whereas Cole Schneider was John McNulty's guy. So I feel like you always side with the guy you recruited. I feel like that's like most coaches. They just tend to always go with the guys they recruited more than anything. You feel more confident. You know what their skill set is. And like you said, the mobility factor is huge. I think Simon ran for like 900 yards his senior year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, his mobility is right there. Did he not run a lot today? No, he ran 2 for 24. I'm looking at one of them was 20-yarder, but Schneider ran 4 for 22. So it's like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna side with Simon on this one. He still looked pretty good. It's not like he looked bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
He was thrown against Trey Avery and who else was back there? Najee Jones, I think it was, and someone else. I can't remember because the rosters were all types of.
The rosters, all the teams are mixed like crazy. So it's hard to tell.
There's no other way to put it. It was a clusterfuck. I don't know. It's just like it's ones, twos, ones, threes, twos, ones, two. I'm like, what am I? Ow.
From a viewing standpoint, though, I kind of like that because I don't really like watching just a one-sided beatdown of a spring game. I kind of like where it looks like a close game.
I feel like
they kind of mix it up.
Because
if you just put all the ones on one team and the twos on the other, like obviously, like the ones are probably going to win. And even if the ones even struggle, then that's a bad sign. So I kind of like mixing it up. So it gives at least some kind of competition.
Yeah, I really feel like they should do a draft and just at the end of the day, like
that would be cool.
All right,
that would actually
first pick for quarterbacks. You get first pick for running backs, vice versa. Switch, keep going. I don't know.
Here's an idea. I know. Me and Richie and other guys have done a spring draft. We should do a live video draft.
I mean, yeah. Now we can do it with quarterbacks and stuff. We actually
and now we kind of have a feel. Yeah.
Back then it's like, all right, like one person picks Hart, 2 people pick like McLean Carter and some random backup. It's like
the legend McLean
Carter. What are we doing here? Like, this kid's never gonna play. I don't even know why I drafted that quarterback. It's like, oh my god.
Exactly.
Oh jeez. Going back to the chat real quick. Oh yeah, guys, if you have any questions, again, submit them in the chat. Left, right. It's above me actually this time. Throw some questions our way. We'll answer anything and everything possible. I'm not giving this guy gambling advice, but I would do it.
I saw that question. I was like, I know what Richie's
Thinking
gonna
of
say.
putting 5K on the win total. It's 4.5 for the season. Am I drinking too much of the hype juice this program? Hype juice.
Well, you're drinking something, but I don't know if it's hype juice.
That's
No,
tough.
I'm drinking.
That's
I'm
tough.
drinking Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Mm.
Nice.
I need it one. I need just one a day keeps the doctor away. Keeps the COVID away. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, so I mean 4.5. I really think that number is very achievable. The 3 wins, I think you get those out of conference wins just to start from the get go. After that, I think I don't want to say it's gonna happen, but I think there's a shot they snag that Michigan game.
I mean, if they at 4.5, if they can win those out of conference games to start the year, like they're pretty much there. That's 3 wins right there. Starting of the year 3-0. You just really need. You need 2 more, but
confident.
I said if. I didn't say they are gonna. I said if they can snag those.
Yeah.
Out of conference games, then they're more than halfway there. And
yeah,
I think
the Temple game's going to be interesting, and there's going to be some news on that soon. That's all I could say really. But Temple's going to be interesting because Temple's probably the best of the 3, I would think. I mean Delaware's good, like FCS good, but they're not FBS good, so. I think they dominate them in the trenches. I think Syracuse sucks. They had 1 win last season, and I don't think they got any better. They added a quarterback transfer who was playing tight end for Mississippi State, I think it was.
Okay.
They lost Trill Williams, the legend of Rutgers commit, one-time Rutgers commit, Trill Williams. I don't even think he got drafted. I think he went undrafted.
I don't remember.
So
but I do know the
name. I think Temple's the hardest one, and as long as you beat them early on, you should go 3-0 at Michigan. I don't know what to think of this team ever. I feel like one year they look good, and then they play Ohio State, and it's just like, yep, that's Harbaugh. Like that's him. His seat's getting warm, so I don't know how much longer he's gonna last there.
Well, he just got a contract extension, so I don't know.
I know, but if he loses again to Ohio State, and say he loses to Rutgers and then Ohio State, it's like, get out.
Yeah, it's like what do you do then?
There's no shot in hell they beat Ohio State this year, Rutgers.
No, but I would like them to at least keep it close.
I mean, they did last year.
They did.
Kind of. I mean, it was the first half was kind of a beatdown, and then the second half was kind of.
I guess they got lucky too. They had the trick kick return touchdown and punt return, whatever. Both.
I mean, yeah, you can try and sell. I guess you can try and sell me on. They did outscore them in the second half, but it's a little bit of eyewash. I think.
Imagine if that 8 lateral touchdown went through. Ooh.
Yeah,
I think that against them.
That was against Indiana.
Never mind, I'm wrong. Yeah, they're screwed. All right, and then Michigan State, you beat them last year in their home territory. I don't think Mel Tucker's a good coach at all. He's a good recruiter. I just don't think he's a good coach. So I think you beat them, so that's 4 right away. Hypothetically, maybe 5 if you beat Michigan, and then Northwestern having a down year, but you're in their territory. I'm just gonna give them. I'll give Northwestern a win on that one. Illinois.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, I'll chalk it up as a loss, but I'm not 100% sure how Northwestern's going to look because they pretty much lost all their best players of the draft this year. So
especially on defense.
Illinois sucks. Like I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I think Rutgers should have beat them.
They should have beat them last year, to be honest.
Yeah, they got screwed over. Ishaq Williams, I think it was. A third.
Well, Vidral threw that late interception.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the game when they were basically in field goal range.
Yep, that was bad. And then they gave up like 100 and something rushing yards to the quarterback.
Yeah.
That was the guy's first. Yeah.
I think they should beat them. So hypothetically, we're talking 5, maybe 6 if you count Michigan.
And then you still have Maryland. Maryland could be a toss-up.
Yeah, Wisconsin, you're probably losing.
Wisconsin, you're not beating Wisconsin in the trenches. So.
No, Indiana, if Michael Penix Jr. is healthy, it's going to be hard to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
But no Stevie Scott this year, so I mean, whatever. Penn State,
I don't expect it, but you never know.
Penn State, I feel like they have a fighting chance against. They always play them pretty tough.
The only problem is I don't know. The only problem is as much talent as Rutgers has. The problem with them last year was they just got beat. They just got torn to shreds in the trenches, and that's really the game just started and ended there. So I don't know. I guess we'll. That also was later in the year when Rutgers was pretty much just, tired, just worn out from just the grind of that crazy 10-week straight schedule. So I'll be interested to see how that battle in the trenches goes this time around. So I guess that's probably where the game is going to be won and lost. So I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm not really counting it as a win right now based off of what I saw last year, but I guess we'll see as we get closer.
And then Maryland kind of at home. I feel like you should beat Maryland. I don't think they're that good. I think they're, again, another team that recruits really well, but just doesn't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
Home game, end of season. I like their chances. I really like that at 4.5, but Vegas is tricky, and they always know, of course. So you know what's going to happen. They're either going to get 4 on the dot or they're going to get 5 on the dot. So
For sure.
I think I think the goal for them this year should be to try and get bowl eligibility.
Oh yeah,
maybe if they
should be.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get bowl eligibility going into next year with a top 10 recruiting class, like
For sure.
there's really not much else you can ask for.
Especially because there's so much leadership and like experience on this defense, especially like the whole team. Actually, I think they returned 20 of 22 starters. Like the whole team,
and they're bringing all the coaches back.
They brought, I don't think they lost one. Yeah, they didn't lose one single coach.
Yeah.
They everyone's just more experienced, like a year older. They added some good transfers. Like they lost Dwumfour, they lost Brendan White, yes, but Efine Maijay is actually pretty damn good. They added Patrice Rene at corner. They're bumping Avery Young back to safety. Christian Broswell's not even here yet. He's probably going to be a starter either at the slot corner or wherever they put him, somewhere back there at cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Big David.
Fadu Kasi, I forgot about, is still a stud. Tyshawn Fogg didn't even play today.
Yeah.
It looks like they're gonna run nickel though, like 100%. Not 100%, but like 80% of the time.
Yeah, they used a lot of corners today. Max Mountain played. Aiden Traver played. Yeah.
I noticed.
I know even Kassan Abraham pretty much played the whole game too.
Yeah, I noticed more. Like I didn't really pay attention to the white team defense because it was kind of mostly backups, but the Scarlet team defense was basically like a nickel the entire time. I saw two linebackers, I think, the entire time, like Toure and Fadu Kasi, and that's about it. But yeah, I don't know. This it's going to be an interesting year. There's potential for a bowl, but there's also potential for a collapse if the quarterback play is not there, if the offensive line play is not there. So
yeah, I mean, for a team like Rutgers, it's always about the depth, especially in the Big Ten. The starters are solid, but it's all about building the depth. And honestly, the whole team is still young and relatively inexperienced, but I think the future is bright for those players. But right now, honestly, I think a bowl is the goal. I guess you want to say bowl is the goal.
bowl is the goal.
Bowl is the goal. But going back to 4.5, I think that's a really tough number. But I go over.
All right, again, this is not gambling advice, but I'm taking the over. I'd do it, but I'm not gambling advice. This is not gambling advice. I make that clear. This is not gambling advice. Craig, I'm assuming you'd probably say yes because you kind of hinted.
Yeah, right now, I'm thinking, the over.
Yeah. Also, kudos to you, Pat, for having 5K to even put that.
I just don't know. That's a risk. What's the payout on that? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
Is
I don't know what the odds
is over unders like plus minus 110, plus 110. I'm assuming. If that's it, like I'm not wasting 5K on that. Like I need some crazy odds to do that. Like go do like the 40-1 Big Ten champs for Rutgers and have a little fun with it.
I wonder what the difference is between 4.5. Maybe if you tease it to 5.5, who knows? Get that 6 win, get bowl eligibility. Not only do you get bowl eligibility, but you probably make way more money.
We're talking about alternate over-unders now. What the hell is this? Is this a gambling podcast now? What the hell does this develop into? So Ryan on crutches today. Yeah, it's even money. Like, that's not bad, man. That's not gambling advice, but not bad. I'd probably not gambling advice, but I'd do it. Ryan Keeler on crutches today. Yeah, I'm not sure the extent of that injury. He's a young kid regardless. There's a lot of defensive linemen that are ahead of him, so I don't really expect him to play much anyway. And like we said before, Wesley Bailey stepping up. Brian Ugu, I don't know how to say it.
Ugu, I think it's Ugu.
He stepped up at defensive end. CJ Onyechi didn't play. He'll be back. T1 Mason played a lot, I saw.
He flashed, yep.
He didn't look bad. He just, man, that guy is still skinny somehow. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
honestly, a lot of guys didn't play today. So,
yeah,
and
I-
and
it,
Shannon said that they should be back for training camps. So,
yeah, it's hard to tell, but
yeah.
let's see. What else we got? Is Isaiah Washington putting himself in the top 3 wide receiver conversation? I'm just gonna flat out say no. He's not one of the top 3 receivers. Like Melton is coming off a 700 yard season, whatever it
I
was.
think it was 600 and like something, six
He's
and
still your
change. Yeah.
number one. Shameen Jones
Mhm.
proved to me today again why he's your number 2. Nice little route. He saw the safety kind of like inch over to the left and just didn't. I forgot the entire route, but whatever it was, got wide open. So it was like, all right, can't beat that.
Mhm.
And Cruikshank early on looked really good, and Isaiah Washington's clearly not a slot. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Although,
not a-
although I do like Washington to fill in though. Like if someone needs a break, no, he's obviously will step right in. Shano told me early in the spring that he was one of the guys that was stepping up. He showed out today. He's I know he was. Another reporter asked him today. He's more of a taller receiver compared to the other guys. So I definitely think he'll have a role though.
yeah. I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
He definitely should. I like you said before, or I guess I mentioned it too. They want to alternate so many guys. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
this, like Sean Gleason's ideal offense is like they're swapping in wide receivers like every couple plays, in and out, in and out, in and out. Like, but to get the same production out of these guys is gonna be tough. So now, like you kind of have a Washington who could come in and give like maybe a slightly similar production to like a Melton or Jones. So that definitely helps. Plus, he's got that taller threat that they don't really have yet. Sean Munerlin has it. I think we saw one reception out of him today, if I recall. I don't think it went for anything. I think it went for like no yards or whatever.
Um.
But yeah, he's
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
tall.
0 yards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of like a similar body style receiver. So they're gonna try to swap guys in and out. I know. We didn't see today. We didn't see Paul Woods really at all.
You think he had 2 targets, but he didn't have a catch.
Yeah, I think he's fallen down the depth chart a little bit. Munerlin
Mm-hmm.
had 3 targets. I see.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Munerlin kind of stepping over him.
Mm-hmm.
Tajay Moore. Tajay
Mm-hmm.
Moore's got good size, man. He should have got recruited more out of high school.
Mm-hmm. He's playing tight end, right? I think.
Yeah, he's like their third, fourth, whatever you want to call it.
Probably fourth, to be honest.
Yeah, Haskins. I think Kanopka might have solidified himself over Alimo.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
I
Possibly.
mean, Kanopka looked great today.
He
like-
he definitely was more, I guess, explosive, I guess, of the two, I guess you want to call it. I'm not sure if that's the right
Yeah,
word.
and I think Kanopka's a better blocker at the end of the day too. So I mean, that definitely helps.
Mm-hmm. He's strong. He's athletic.
I mean, he's athletic. He's strong. He's got that basketball background. And end of the day, I mean, we thought at one point he was going to be converted to tackle when he first got here. So
Sure, I remember that. Mhm.
his size is there. Like, yeah. So I think I wouldn't be shocked if he was number 2 on a depth chart, or they even put an or next to Haskins. Like they're going to run 2 tight end sets regardless. We saw that quite a bit today, so it doesn't matter. But
I'll be interested to see how Youngblood factors into these offense, if at all. I know he's going to be probably mainly a kick returner, being back there with Melton, maybe Cruikshank, but
Mhm.
I know he can. I think he's listed as a running back too.
wide receiver, unpopular,
wide receiver. Okay, yeah, I think
unpopular opinion. He's not going to do anything as a receiver.
okay.
From based off what I heard from like our Kansas State guys is that his route running's really bad. He needs like to understand the game of football a little more. He needs to understand how to get open, but for some reason when it comes to like returning, it just clicks. Like it's just he's a madman when it comes to that. So we'll see what happens. I could see him being the punt returner and also being like a 2-headed monster back there with Cruikshank on kick returns.
Mhm.
Like I said, he probably has to learn a little more route running. If he gets that, he could be like a backup like slot to Cruikshank, but I don't see anyone unseating Cruikshank. And Christian Dremel's pretty damn good as a backup too. So
Yeah, Richie, I would agree with you. And he's banged up right now, so he missed time in the spring, which
That hurts,
obviously
too.
doesn't help. So
yeah, of course. What else we got here? Next season going to be great. I'm hearing good things on 100% stadium come fall. I can't really comment on that because I have no goddamn clue what's going to happen in the next even month, whatever. The kid from Bosco looked tough. Yeah, Monongai has that kind of like Ray Rice type body, and he's got like a little bit of swagger to him when he runs too. Very good running back. Very, very good out of high school. Another kid that probably should have been recruited more, but his size hurt him.
Mhm.
I think overall the running back room got stronger this year. Schnyderite Collins looked very good. Monangai looked good. Aaron Young looked good for a change.
Yeah, that was surprising. To be honest, I know a lot of fans were kind of down on him, but he really showed it. He really showed he ran hard today. He really, put up let me check real quick.
I don't know
He
who that is.
had 84 yards on 13 carries, along with 27. So, he didn't get into the end zone, but he really ran hard. And yeah, I mean, Ray Collins, he had a slow start with his first couple carries, but then he bursted through the hole for a 33-yard gain, which is good to see. I know I mentioned on the board a couple times, but I covered him in high school. I covered a little bit of track, and I saw him do that. He won the high jump when I covered it last March before everything, like 2 days before everything shut down, the media champions. So that was cool to see. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that kid's freaky athletic, and he gives them a power back that they don't really have. I know Pacheco runs like a bull in a china shop, but he's not like a power type back, like a big body back, I should say.
Yeah, he's big. Yeah. Ray Collins is
Yeah, I
big
think
dude.
Frank Collins is like 6 foot something.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big boy. He's gonna be good for them. I really think he kind of runs like Pacheco too. Like he's angry. Like when he looks like he wants to like run someone over.
Yeah, he started out. He came as linebacker. Then it was a little surprising to see him, being switched to running back. But he seems to have worked well.
Yeah. What else we got? Even money. Yeah, we said that. Appreciate the responses. I had $100 on Rutgers basketball, 1,000 to 1 to win the ship.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
that just seems like it's like a waste kind of. 2 years ago. Oh, you mean with a quasi Yaboa year, I guess.
Yeah, when the tournament got
yes,
canceled.
Yeah, I was gonna hedge each round. I mean, hey, I like that team a lot. I thought they could have made like a little bit of a run too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that team better than last year's team.
Well, I think that
little
team
different.
had. I was gonna say that I feel like that team had a little bit more of probably a veteran kind of leadership with the Aquazi and some of those guys. I feel like when
Zach
things
Barber.
went bad, they could easily just kind of squash it and move on. Whereas this team, when things got bad, it kind of snowballed a bit, and then they kind of had to find their mojo again. That was kind of a little bit of the difference. So I feel like that team could probably. I think that team could have made a little bit of maybe a run in that tournament, but
Yeah.
alas.
Speaking of which, no, I don't know if many people saw it during the game, but someone tweeted it out from Oregon that Oregon. I mean, we posted it like 2 weeks ago, right? I posted it, whatever. Oregon showing interest in Jacob Young, Eugene Amarui, Jacob Young, Oregon. No?
I did see that. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
I thought
I
I thought he was planning to go pro.
No, well, so here's the scoop. Like he's hearing from Texas again, which is weird. It's like, hey, we kind of want you back. Like, we'll take you back if you want to come. The plan still for him, what I've been told, is for him to go pro, but he's kind of entertaining it a little bit just to see like if a top like tier program will take him or not. Like if like a top 10 program takes him, I think he goes.
Wait, Rutgers isn't top tier for him? Come on.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a
It's
shot.
a little bit
I
of a
think, to
low,
Rutgers.
low blow, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
Because
I mean, Oregon-
Are we really gonna do this?
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. I get it. I get what he means and what you're saying, but still, that's a bad.
Like I can understand the move
Yeah.
that Miles made because it's going back home, the grad school, and everything about this. That one I can understand, but him going to Oregon, if Jacob Young going to Oregon, I feel like is a little bit of a shot, not really a shot, but kind of a little bit of a blow to Rutgers. Is kind of like, I mean, Rutgers, if things shook out, the way that a lot of the fans hope this year, I think they maybe could have made a run to the Final Four. I mean, I hate to say it, but the way that that bracket or the way that section of the bracket ended up going, if Rutgers could have gotten by Houston, I mean, they would have been the highest remaining seed. And I mean, going up against, I think they would have played Loyola and then maybe Syracuse. Oh, no, they would have played Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that game would have been nuts.
All right.
And then,
So
what?
let's just put it in perspective a little bit.
Okay.
Let me defend myself somewhat. Let's see. Since 2014, 26 wins, 31 wins, 33 wins, 24 wins, 25 wins, 24 wins, 21 wins in this shortened season. So it's like they're perennial like
Oh
top
no, I
15.
completely
Yeah,
I
yeah.
completely understand that. No, I wasn't. No, I know obviously.
but I
historically,
have to defend myself a little bit.
No, I knew where you were coming from, but I guess the interpretation was he wasn't going to play college football again. I mean football, college basketball again. So I
Yeah.
guess to him to still play college basketball and leave Rutgers, it's kind of
So put it like this. I mean, once he entered the portal and declared at like the same exact time, it was kind of like, all right, like he's still entertaining it a little bit.
right.
But he could easily go to China and play with his brother, who I think was MVP last year, the year before, whatever, in China, and easily make like bank. So
Yeah, all I'll
Man,
say
he
is
has
that
the,
if
he
he
has the
doesn't,
personality for it too. He's exciting. So
yeah, he'd be actually a fan favorite over there. He'd be kind of cool.
yeah, I was gonna say all I'll say is that if he does end up going to like an Oregon or something like that, Rutgers fans probably will be a little salty. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's his life. Let him do whatever.
Yeah, let him do
I don't think Rutgers fans would be as salty about Jacob than they were with Eugene.
Well, to be fair, Eugene's like,
Well, yeah, that's a different story.
like
Eugene
say
was
an
like,
hour from now,
yeah,
Jacob's like, hey, I'm still, or not even Jacob. Like that's such a weird, it's such a different conversation because like Eugene was on the team like completely, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, like middle of the night, he's like, yeah, I'm leaving.
It was
Yeah.
like it was like midnight, right?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah, it's
that.
like
It was
midnight, and I'm looking at Instagram, and he put out like a message, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I love
And
Yeah,
then
he
it.
like
just
and then like
kinda
2
left
days
him.
later, Rutgers scheduled a game in Canada.
I'm like,
or
I thought
whatever.
this was fake for a second. I was like, I gotta screenshot this. I gotta fucking put it on Twitter and all that. I'm like, what is going on here?
By the way, I'm letting you guys know my laptop's gonna die. It's gonna die soon. So.
Oh yeah. I know. I feel you. I would have made the same excuse.
But like, I'm not even joking though.
No, I believe I believe you. Wink, wink. All right. Anyway, a couple more. Next big recruit to commit. Moses Walker, maybe. He was on campus today. He's nowhere near. He's probably like more of like a June, July type kid.
Mhm.
Same thing with Davison Igbinason. I don't know anyone else. Oh, June 4th, they're having visits, official visits. There's going to be a couple kids like Oliver Bridges is one to watch. Javian Plummer. I don't know who else is coming on that visit. I forgot. DJ Allen, but he's not committing.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe he does. Actually, I don't know on that one. Garden State Gardner, what's up, man? Just got home. That was a pretty long road trip for you, man. Jeez. Not to continue basketball talk, but I'd rather have Jacob Young than Gio. Given the option, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know. Due to the fact that Rutgers basketball players apparently watch this once in a while, I will not be answering.
True. That's very true. We had Paul in here once.
Yeah, Paul Mulcahy, the legend.
Yeah, I know. That was so funny.
Yeah, that was.
I was like, yeah, it was so funny because I was just looking at the comments and I saw Paul Mulcahy. I was like, is that the Paul Mulcahy? Is like somebody steal his name? What's the deal here?
No, it was him.
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm sure like Bo Melton's probably watching this right now, probably saying like, talk more about me. Talk more about me. Bo, you're great. You're number one receiver. 1,000-yard season incoming. NFL, yeah.
Bo knows.
Yeah. One-handed catch though. Yeah, we went over that. That's not necessary, but it was nice.
Mhm.
Well, when it gets on SportsCenter top 10, you can just credit me and Richie for
Yeah,
pointing it
credit
out, for
Rutgers,
adding the SportsCenter.
Rutgers Rivals, coolest Twitter account ever. By the way, guys, if you don't subscribe already, join the I don't even know how many we have now, 1,500 so people that hit the subscribe button down below.
That's awesome. That's awesome support right there.
Yeah. So and then you get a little thing that pops up like this too, so you get your name. If it pops up, look at that. There you go. Little money thing, whatever. I'll change the sound on that somehow. Subscribe, like, share the video, get us a ton of views, make us look cool, make us go viral. I don't know what we have to do to go viral, but something.
It's gotta be something inappropriate. It'll probably be like me saying going over the line, saying something bad about the Brooklyn Nets, and then you actually like beating the crap out of me. And then
I think my laptop's dying too. I'm on a desktop. That's the most awkward part. Yeah,
it's funny because my laptop is actually doing quite well.
That's awkward because the Knicks suck. So
What'd you say, Richie? I think your laptop is cutting out here.
All right. I guess it's ended on that. You guys got anything else you wanted to say?
No.
Should we talk a little bit about basketball or no? Do you want to talk a little bit NBA, Richie, or no?
Craig.
You want to talk about the 4th seeded New York Knicks?
All right, give me a hot second. All right.
Okay.
If you're not signed up for the night report, there's a free 30-day trial going on right now. I don't know the promo code. Give me a second.
It's New York Knicks 30.
No, it's not. I would never in my
Is
life.
is it 30 for how many years since they made the playoffs? Or-
How dare you say such a thing, Chris? Your team has a longer drought than us. What does that say?
I know.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Hey, it's the Western Conference versus the
'kay.
Eastern Conference.
Boom.
Yeah,
Night-
but I mean,
nightreport.net
even the Western
up.
Conference of the 1990s was this good.
Hold on. There we go. I got it kind of above Craig over here. Nightreport.net.
Above me.
Check it out. If you're not a member, members are free 30-day trial. Why can't I say that? Promo code TKR30 gets you a whole year. Jeez, I am messing up, man. It is late.
It's the Bud Light.
I have
That's why you need
one.
the coffee.
And one Bud Light.
You need coffee.
I should have had more. You're right. TKR30 promo code, 30-day free trial. Sign up today. Check out the board. You would have knew about Jacob Young this weekend if you signed up. You would have knew about Jacob Young on Saturday if you signed up. You would have knew. You're gonna know about everything beforehand. You could be that cool guy that goes up to your friends and is like, yo, I know this about Rutgers. This is gonna happen, and then they're gonna be like, how'd you know that? Then you're gonna tell them to sign up. Then we're gonna be we already are. The most popular Rutgers website on the web, the round table message board, the most popular message board. I'm running out of stuff to say, so someone start talking or end this.
Well, I saw that Chris just died, so I guess it's just you and me now.
Oh, did he?
Not died, but his laptop died. I hope.
I would hope it was his laptop. Jeez, Craig. All right.
I didn't mean it that way.
All right.
Are you excited? Well, I'll end on this. Are you excited for New York Knicks basketball on Sunday night?
Saturday night, Brooklyn Nets. We can't sell out an arena like the Knicks, but we have the better team, so who cares? Oh, and now it's all kinds of ruined with the screen. So
I think it's just me.
There goes Chris, 100%.
Oh no, you're still there.
No. I mean, like you're there. It's just the screen kind of got ruined because like I have it set for 2 cameras and now there's one. Oh, yep. Laptop tied. There you go. Laptop tied. Nice. Tunde Fadakasi looked damn good. Man's mobile, lost a little bit of weight, added some muscle. Might be the start, or not starter. Might be one of the backup on the 2 deep again. He was last year at left tackle. Might be one of the guards backup. I think he should be a guard. To each their own. Knicks suck. Saturday night, Brooklyn Nets. We're going to do this again soon. I don't know when exactly. I don't know. That's